Hello, this is Hooked by Happenstance. I'm Kendra, and it is Sunday afternoon, which is a very appropriate time for a Sunday sunrise. My Sunday sunrise, if you are unfamiliar, is my solution to New Year's resolutions. Rather than making a bunch of goals at the beginning of the year that, frankly, I was unlikely to follow through on, I try and make weekly-ish goals where I take a large marker and a tiny paper and I write things down in a clear and concise way to help give me focus to my crafty life. Then I share those goals with you. I go off for the week, see what I can get done, and then I come back and shed some light on how I did. And we look forward to the promise of the new week and what I plan to get done in the future. So let's begin by reviewing last week's list. Now last week I implemented a favorite strategy of mine, which I call lather, rinse, and repeat. 2 weeks ago I had a very successful week using a very simple list. So I just lather, rinsed, and repeated it like they used to say on the shampoo bottles, and I did the same thing. I literally used the same Post-it and refocused on those same goals again, and I had another week of success. So, the 3 words that I had whittled my goals down to were videos, blanket, and surprise. Videos. I have been very successful about figuring out a strategy to make this channel sustainable in my life, produce videos that I think are enjoyable for you and are certainly enjoyable for me to make, and find a way to disseminate them and edit them and do all the things that need to be done in a way that is sustainable in my personal life. So, that's good. So far, so good. Just gotta keep it up. But videos have been a thing. If you have not, I put 11 videos out this week between my vlog channel and this channel. So, if you haven't seen those, check it out. And if you didn't know that I've been daily-ish, or daily in this case, vlogging, you can find those at Happenstance Place here on YouTube. And I put out other videos here on this channel if you want to check those out as well. The next thing on my list was a blanket. I was working on an Afghan for my nephew. It was meant to be for his graduation, and because of a series of events and mishaps in trying to make the aforesaid Afghan, it had just never happened. But it's done now. Here it is. And it took the majority of my crafting time this week. I only worked on 2 projects. I worked on my reading shawl, which kind of turned into videos, and I worked on this Afghan. But I felt like I had a very successful week overall, and I got a lot of crafting done. It just wasn't varied. It was very specific, which is weird for me and not normal. The third thing on my list was surprise, which was me working on starting the new thing here on the channel called Let Peachlet Play with My Crafty Life, where I made the game board. Again, I showed how I did all the painting and putting that together over on my daily vlogs. And then there was the first assignment came out here on this channel this week, and I am working on it. But I completed everything on the list, which meant that it was time for a new list. And I decided to shake up the goals because while lather, rinse, and repeat is a good process in theory, I do find that if I do the same goals too many weeks in a row, that they just kind of, like, they're no longer focuses, they're just the norm, and so I quit putting the same energy into them. So I have come up with a different list this week. It has 4+ items on it. So I decided to write them all in green because today's St. Patrick's Day, which is why I'm wearing a Halloween dress, because that's completely what most people would do. Actually, I'm wearing this because it has a very vibrantly green top, which is St. Patrick's Day, and I like pumpkins. Who doesn't like pumpkins? And it also has Woodstocks and Snoopies on it, so, you know, whatever. So, my little green words that I have whittled it down to. The first word is hat. The second word is cowl. These are both in relation to the assignment that Peachlet gave me, which was to add to the pattern pile. I am in process of finishing up the finishing touches on some new patterns that will be added to the pattern pile. So, I need to finish those. The next thing on here says LPP, which stands for Let Peachlet Pick. So, she's going to pick me something new because I have whittled my on the hook list way, way down. Both through frogging things that were just not going to happen, that I accepted I was not going to get around to finishing, or my gauge had changed, or any number of reasons. All that I have on my hook right now is design projects or things that I'm designing on the fly. I realized this the other night when I went to talk to some people online and I needed a mindless project, and I had none. I did start another blanket that's based on a pattern. I'm making another Tides of Change Afghan from the pattern from Franco Randall because I needed a pattern to follow so that I could mindlessly work on this thing while I was talking. Because when I need to design something, there's more counting and there's more attention involved. So I need to work on letting Peachla pick something new for me just because I need another thing. It might become a design project. I don't know. She hasn't picked anything for me yet. And if it is, that's fine. I need another new something. I don't want to make it sound like I've whittled my on the hook list way down and there's only 2 or 3 things on it, because I think there's I can see 7, 8 items that I'm working on from here, and there's probably more. But it's a substantial reduction from what had existed. The next thing on my list is postcards. This is the week I need to work on Patreon postcards and get those out in the mail to all of my lovely patrons. There is a level over there, if you're interested, that Peachlet and I will handcraft you a postcard every month and mail it your way. And I have already started on them, and they're real pretty, I think. I just need to do the finishing touches. And the last thing on here, I just wrote it on the side. It's not like an individual goal. These 4 are specific, action items. This is just an overall area that I intend to focus on beyond that. And in a way, I added it on here to give myself permission to do so. I need to sew. It says show prep. I was accepted into a large-ish craft show that I have done in the past, but I have changed what I'm selling since the last time I did it. I now am primarily selling bags and things as opposed to crocheted items, though I will be taking the leftover crochet stock that I have with me to the show. But I have about 5 weeks till the show, and that means I need to get my butt in gear and get some things done. Because I want to have a certain amount of product with me to take, and also I just find doing the show a good impetus and, like I said, kick in the butt to make me kind of refresh and do things differently. And yeah, so I'm giving myself some permission to focus on working on more things for the shop, and I guess ultimately getting some things up in the shop. I am trying to do some things on kind of a broader assembly line kind of scale, because it's just easier for me on my end, which does mean that it might take a little bit longer for an update to come to the shop. I could just sit down and make 6 or 8 bags and put them up, but that's not what I think I'm doing right now. So the sale continues over on my online shop, shop.hookedbyhappenstance.com, if you're interested. Currently, all of the bags that are over there do not have tags on them. I have gotten tags, which, let me grab one to show you. All of my bags going forward will be tagged with my new logo I designed, and these lovely black tags here. Oop, let's see, can you see that? There you go. So, these will be coming on all the future bags, but the current bags do not have that. So all bags and bundles of things, whatever they are, craft bundles, weaving loom bundles, whatever. Anything that's over there that currently involves a bag, those bags do not have tags. And if you use the checkout code TAGLESS, all caps, all one word, at checkout, you can save 10% on all those bags. And that sale is just going to last until I decide to do a shop update. So I have no clue exactly how long that is. I can't give you an expiration date. Just keep checking. If you follow me on Instagram, I will definitely update there when I am ready to do an update. And hopefully it will be sooner rather than later. But I don't know. I'm not stressing about an update right now. I'm just stressing on working on the shop. I'm trying to do it in the least stressful way possible. So I suggest that you take a moment, look at your crafty goals for the week, realign them, decide what worked last week, Are you going to do those again, or is it time to shake things up and do something else? Is there a particular area that you'd like to focus on that you need to give yourself a little bit of permission? Is it personal crafting? Is it something that you want to do for a gift? Is it just that you want to give yourself permission to just not do any of it? Because sometimes that is the best thing. Just be like, you know, this week I give myself permission to just not. I haven't had a just not week in a while, but when they come hard and they come fast. So you just never know. Do what works for you. And I will see you all next week. Bye.